Hello, welcome to another edition of After the Whistle Wednesday, October 30th, the day before Halloween. We got special guests today. Stevie is back with us.
It's been a while.
The Grays are
They're on point.
coming.
Yeah, I let them grow and everything.
Grays, eh? Yeah, it's
You could just see them now because I let it grow. So you can just see it.
It's when it's hibernating season. All right, we got my man Joe Dub is in here.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Joe Beauregard. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah,
nice to see you guys.
All in huddle.
Nice to meet you. First time on After the Whistle.
Yeah.
Heard nothing but great things about this, so I'm excited to be here. Mukala was on my show on Sunday night.
Yep. That's on Spotify. So make sure to check it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the link on my Facebook.
You guys
make
had
sure
some fun.
Yeah, it was great. We talked some high school football, NFL, NBA.
Nice.
You know, we had a couple callers, but the reception issues. My cousin
I'm more of a face for radio, so no, it's funny. No, it was good to have Mukala in, and we had some good time. We had a lot of got to settle down those Tatum haters still, right?
Oh man, player of the week. Yeah. And he was a player of the week last week.
He's on the vengeance.
Yeah,
tour.
man,
he's on the vengeance tour.
Yeah. That's what everybody's calling it.
I mean, great start. It's a great first week of the season for the C's. So we get into all that later.
He has that Golden State game circled on his calendar.
We all do.
That's next Wednesday.
We all do.
Yes, it's that soon?
Yeah, it's next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Steph might not be playing.
Who cares?
But
It's all about Tatum and Kerr, that game.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The Patriots got a much-needed victory this Sunday against the Jets because there was a lot going on with them leading up to this game, with the locker room seeming all over the place. People making a big deal of coach calling the team soft. We got receivers complaining about not getting passes their way, and then when they do get them, they dropping them and stuff. So it was a lot. So this was a big win for them. 25-22 over the Jets. Drake May got knocked out of the game with the dirty hit, but
I thought Jacoby did a great job coming in for May. Yeah. Coming down and ended up with the win. Utilizing his running game and his primary receivers. It was pretty good drive.
Yeah.
The last drive.
Yeah, and I was happy for Jacoby to have some success. I think they put him in a tough position this year with not a whole lot of weapons. And when it was all said and done, he made some plays and he helped that team get the victory. And the Jets are Jetson.
Oh my goodness. Jacoby, what we can say about him, he's a professional. Jacoby's a professional. I think every stop he's been in the league, he's just been a pro at whatever happens. If he's got to be the backup, he's fine with it. If he's going to start, he's always ready for it. He's a professional. But yeah, as you said, the Jets, who you got to blame? Who you going to blame now? The coach is gone. You got your receiver. You got everything you wanted. Who you going to blame now?
I know. Can't get rid of too many more coaches or coordinators.
Can't bring too many more people in, or you're gonna run out of money.
They went all in, but they're gonna be all out pretty soon.
I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. I think that's done. What do you think?
Be interesting, man. I mean, I think that they literally have some games, that they could win, but again, it's mindset. It's like, is Aaron Rodgers that leader? That team needs. They need a leader, and I don't think he's it.
And you're falling behind. I mean, Buffalo's the only team with a good record in that division. They got 4 games ahead of everybody, so you're already falling behind with that. And
they're actually behind the Patriots right now.
Yeah, they're dead last. They're dead last. And we look at it. It's 8 weeks into the season. At this point, everybody got a clear-cut view of what teams are. At this point, we've got an 8-game sample. That's enough to know who you are as a team. So they're just not a really good football team.
Well, I also feel like when they take a guy that they think is going to have significant impact in Hassan Reddick, and it takes them like almost half the season to get that thing done. Yeah. You're either in or you're out, and for them to play that game. you can't tell me that didn't hurt the way things were in that Jets training camp and into the early part of the season.
Right.
Yeah,
And the fact that he's there now, it's like, where you been, man?
I can imagine how that locker room was on Sunday.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that probably played a major role in the way they played, because in my mind, there's no way they should have
I
lost.
don't think he really showed a whole lot either that game. You know, he wasn't really to stand out. You know,
I don't think he was ever like that standout of a player, even when he was in Arizona or in Philly. I just thought, and especially in Philly, I just thought his success was due to all that talent around on the defensive side of the ball that Philly had at that point. So,
well, he definitely has some ability on the edge, and I think that if you look at him comparative based on his stats and based on what he does comparative to other guys, he should get paid. But with the discussion, that should have been done.
Yeah.
That should have been handled a lot better.
Yeah.
And I think the Jets, as I say, the Jets are Jetson.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot going on in the upper office, and it trickles down onto the field. Starts at the top, like you say. So that played a huge role, I think, in the way they started off the season. I think they should have had that man on the field because they was going to pay him. They wasn't going to trade him.
Well, he should have.
I think it was decided.
He wanted to gamble on himself, I guess. He
won.
He wanted to bet on himself.
He won. The team lost. The team lost. He won. He got his money. Didn't he?
I believe it's still in negotiations for some of it, but basically he lost if you look at the money that they. Well, I guess correct. He did win. He didn't have to pay up that money that he owed.
They waived it.
So
on all those fines.
Yeah.
So
they waived the $12
he's still playing. He's going to play through the season essentially and see what he can do.
But I don't think it's going to help him in free agency because he's definitely not returning to the Jets next season. So he's going to probably enter free agency and. He might not get that big payday that he thinks he's gonna get unless some desperate team gets it. But
what you got? 9 games left to show.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But that's the Jets. They stink. Oh well.
The Jets are Jetson, Joseph.
Nobody feels bad for them. The Bears and the Commanders game came down to literally a Hail Mary, and Bears defenders weren't all that focused on that last play. Wow. I saw the replay where one of the defenders, he's taunting the crowd while the play actually began. At that point, you don't celebrate too early. That's one rule I learned in sports is never celebrate too early because you never know what's going to happen. And bat the ball down. That's taught in high school.
Oh, man.
That's taught in Pop Warner. Bat the ball down. Just bat it down. And they didn't do none of that. And
it's crazy, though, because, here's the guy that was over in the corner causing all that, disturbance.
Yeah.
And he has the Bears fans that came to watch that game, and they're saying, hey, go, the play started. If you watch the memes, if you watch the videos that they had, this guy just, unfortunately, he just looks like a clown. If you've defined the word bozo clown, that would be him on that play. Yeah.
On the other end of the spectrum, I saw some TikToks of some guys that won parlays on that play.
Oh, yeah?
My God.
That needed Washington to win to complete their parlay.
Yeah.
And you should see the reactions to those guys. What I mean? It was unbelievable, man.
It was an incredible throw, man.
Yeah, that was quite the throw by Jaiden Daniels.
He's having a year.
Jaiden Daniels is just so athletic, man.
He's having an
incredible
MVP type year right now.
I think he's almost wrapped it up. I think, honestly, I just don't see anybody.
Rookie of the year?
Rookie of the year.
I'm talking about MVP.
Oh,
guys.
It's definitely Rookie of the year. MVP.
He'll be in the discussion.
He's in the talks.
He'll be in the discussion. He'll be in the discussion. And he wasn't even supposed to play this game from what I was reading before because of the rib injury he suffered. So they weren't too sure if he was going to play this game. I think they considered sitting him out. I think
it was a game
might
time
be one
decision.
of those. Yeah, it might be one of those things like he said, I'm good to go. So
that's toughness that we didn't see somewhere else earlier this week.
Yeah. And talk about Commanders franchise that's been pretty much the doormat of the NFC East all these years. They haven't been good for a while. You get your franchise quarterback. Dan Quinn on his second stint as a head coach.
I love Quinn.
He seems like he has a better understanding.
I love that.
Granted, he'll never get the stench of the 28-3 to go away, but
I love that guy.
He looks like he's learned.
I do. He was great in Atlanta. Then when he did some defense in Dallas, right?
Yeah,
man, he's awesome.
Shanahan didn't help him with that offense in that game in Atlanta in the Super Bowl. If you look at that Super Bowl, if Shanahan maybe did some different things on offense, they wouldn't have been in that situation.
Like run the ball?
That 28. Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe we should run the ball for up 25 points. Right?
It's funny how everybody makes those mistakes against the Patriots.
Right.
You throw it when you're supposed to run it, and you run it when you're supposed to throw it against the Patriots. It's crazy.
But back to Jaden Daniels. Talking about MVP possibility. Rookie year so far, 1,736 yards passing, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 72.7 QBR, and I believe they have a solid ground game as well. So they're helping. Yeah, they're helping their young quarterback out immensely in that.
They're believing. That's what a team like that needs. They need to believe. You got
the energy's great.
I think a guy like Terry McLaurin, man. I think about what he's been through. The quarterbacks. Now he sees this young man showing up at 4 a.m.
Right.
In the lab, trying to get better, and that's just contagious.
Yeah,
that's contagious.
Definitely.
Definitely. Winning's contagious, and so is losing.
Look at you see Dan with his players. That's what I mean about. I love that guy.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
He's celebrating with his guys,
with them,
not on his own.
Yep.
Is Cliff Kingsbury their offensive coordinator?
Yes.
Kingsbury, yes.
He's their offensive coordinator. Okay, former head coach, now offensive. He always had a good offensive mind. He just wasn't cut out to be a head coach.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, so.
He just got the look. The players don't even respect him. I'm telling you.
We go to Sunday Night Football, and things keep getting worse for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, this game, the scoreboard doesn't tell you really how much this game was lopsided, because Dak's still throwing interceptions. Their offense still looks like they have no clue what's going on. They can't stop nobody.
Coaching.
And it's always the same issues with the Cowboys, and they can't beat the 49ers. They don't match up well against the 49ers at all. And you talk about 49ers teams that got a bunch of guys who are playing that are out or aren't 100%.
Yeah, it was broken up. That was the, what do you call it? The backups, or what do you call that movie?
The replacements?
The replacements. That was the replacements on 49ers, and they still got the win.
Yeah. I just think that right now with the Cowboys is just too much negative communication going on the sidelines. You see CeeDee Lamb, when a throw is not right in his hands, he's saying poor throw. I mean, that stuff is not going to lead to any success. They like to point fingers over there. Unfortunately, I love Dax, but he's obviously, his mobility is definitely lacking now. He did not look like he could get it. He's definitely not moving like he was once. But even but very much can't get out of the pocket. Like he's getting chased down. He's getting
and I think he's targeting CD way too much. He's not spreading the love. I think he's predictable.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
17 targets for
I like Turpin. I've always liked him. He's a great punt returner, but when he gets open, he can make plays.
Oh yeah, he's quick, speed, everything.
It just shows you, like, on one side you see a team that they have for sure an identity. They know whoever's in there, they know what they're going to be doing offensively and defensively. I mean, they ran for 23 yards on these guys, and then defensively they got to him a lot. They were getting to him. They made him throw some errant throws, which led to those interceptions, and there was a couple dropped interceptions as well too. So it's just a team that's structured from the top down.
There's no running game. Zeke Elliott is their main running back.
Yeah, it was bad. They 56 yards total running. I mean,
come on,
averaging like less than 3 yards per carry.
You need at least 70 yards a game.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to keep the defense honest. You start running. But I honestly, I love San Francisco. I mean, they've been solid. Obviously, C-Mac's not there.
Yeah.
Is this the year that they get over it? Is Purdy the answer? I do like him. I just don't know if he's that. When the chips are down and you need that play. It just hasn't really happened.
But and like you say, CM's resting right now. These guys are all resting. So if they come playoff time and they're a little healthy, I think it could be the year.
That's always their biggest issues is health, and then play calling that usually costs him. Like play calling cost him 2 Super Bowls.
Hey, that was another guy. That was from Shanahan. Where did he do that before?
Right? I mean, he did it.
When he was in Atlanta?
He's done it in
28-30?
He's done it in 3 Super Bowls. He's done it in 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
1 in Atlanta, 2 with San Fran.
Hey, man, that's why you look at a guy like Bill Belichick. When he was at that point, when we were at that point, we won more times than we lost. Yeah, granted, we lost to the Giants and we lost to, Philly, but, you get opportunities there. He took advantage of them.
Yeah, it still hurts when you say it.
That Philly loss, man, there was some cheating going on in
New York, too.
Man.
The Giants, when he caught it on his helmet.
That was just
listen, I still think about that. You have no idea. I still think about that.
The dude that couldn't catch a cold makes the biggest catch in the history of the Giants. That was
Tyree.
Yeah, that one hurt. I don't know. Did you guys see after the game Nick Bosa making a cameo in the post game interview to flaunt the hat, the infamous hat. Well, it's usually a red hat, but this one he had a different
get
color.
out of here, the Trump.
Yeah, this one it was like white and gold. He goes, and then he points at it and then walks off. And then when they asked about him, he didn't want to answer the question. He didn't want to answer questions and not talk about it. And rightfully so, people were like, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna do that, stand on your business and be an adult and answer the questions. Probably don't try to be like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
it happened. It happened during the post game interview. It was during the post game.
Was that when they were interviewing
Kittle, Purdy, and the other player?
I just keep your political views to yourself, man. You know what I mean? And then, like you said, when you wanted to respond, if you're gonna do that, at least have something to say.
Right. Don't say.
Win the Super Bowl and go to the White House.
Yeah.
All right.
It was interesting, and a lot of people are just like, listen, who you're gonna vote for is who you're gonna vote for. But when you're doing that after a live national television game, and then when people start asking you questions about it, you don't start cowarding out and not being able to answer.
But he did that before, though. He did that before.
And he never answers. Remember when Brady had the hat, and they started asking him questions about it. He said he's supporting a friend, which is cool. But then he had to do a lot to distance himself from that. But I mean, at least he answered. He said, "Hey, I'm supporting my friend." But
I think the important thing is getting close to the election. Get out there and vote.
Just
no matter who you vote for.
Vote. Especially you first-time voters. One of the kids I had yesterday, he's going to be a first-time voter.
Yeah, that's great. Have a say.
Monday Night Football, Steelers and Giants. This game was pretty sloppy in my eyes. It wasn't appeasing to the eyes. And Daniel Jones, my goodness, man, they had a chance. It's 26-18. They had a chance. They were driving, and that interception he threw was just horrible. And that just sums up Daniel Jones' career so far.
Well, I just find it odd that even during like games like this, like all of a sudden they're in good position. All of a sudden it's 2nd and 10 or 1st and 10, and next thing you know, he has a 5-yard penalty for delay a game. You know what I mean? Or his lineman goes offsides, and I think that also has to do with the confidence in that the team has of their quarterback, and that's what the sad part is now. The sad part is, they don't believe in Daniel Jones, and so it's hard to win when you don't believe in your quarterback.
Yeah. And I think they abandoned the running game that game. I think Tracy was having a spectacular game. I think they should have kept with that, even though. You want to believe in Daniel Jones, but because he shows flashes. He does. He has a flash here and there. He makes some good plays, and then, like you said, he'd take 2 steps forward and 4 steps back. Like, yo, what are you doing, man?
Just those delay of games. I mean, it's just like and I understand there could be an issue with getting the play call in, but I mean, it just seems to happen to him a lot more than some guys. Some other guys.
And he had 2 crucial turnovers too. The Giants defense forced a fumble to get the ball, and then he didn't protect the ball. Granted, you need to block T.J. Watt. That's one thing, but as a quarterback, you got to sense that coming. You got to sense that sack coming and protect that ball. You turn it over right away.
I actually liked what I saw from Pittsburgh's offense. I actually liked the switch up from Fields to Russell because I think because Pittsburgh's mentality is to run the ball anyway, so they're going to run the ball, and that's going to open up for passes. And I think Russell's the guy to make those passes. I didn't see Fields make those passes that Russell made down the sideline to Pickett. I didn't see that. Pickett's more excited too. His receivers are, the Pittsburgh receivers are more excited to have Russell there, I think.
That's going to be interesting to see. They're 6-2.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. The Steelers are 6-2 right now. And you know what? At the end of the day, they're up there with some of the best in the AFC. Yeah. And they got Najee Harris. Mm-hmm. And when he's going, man.
That's why I said they're going to run the ball.
They can run the ball, and that just sets everything up for them. And their defense is stout. So it'll be interesting to see. Do I think they can match Baltimore? I don't know. But that's going to be coming up soon. It's coming up soon.
Man.
Yeah, Najee Harris, 3 straight 100-yard games. One thing I'm like surprised with Najee Harris, he doesn't get into the end zone a lot. He gets some yards, but he doesn't get into the end zone a lot. I don't get that.
I wonder why they're not using him in that unless those plays they have a lot of burst plays. So
what I see. And because I feel the same way you guys feel about that. So I was watching for that. So what I see is they're stopping them, and on first and second down, they're giving it to them, and they're going away from it on third down. They're either going to a pass, and if it's fourth down territory, they're passing again. They're not running it.
Yeah, they play the Ravens in 2 weeks.
Yeah, is that a Sunday night game?
It should be. It's a 1 p.m. game, but it should be a Sunday night.
Where is it?
It's at. They're hosting. They're hosting the Ravens. The Ravens are going to.
I'm still going with Tomlin.
So,
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you right now that we talking the Chiefs, talking AFC, talking football right now. The Chiefs are just. It's the Jets are Jets and the Chiefs are Chiefing. They're just still winning and they're still doing their thing. And you know what? They just picked up. They picked up one of our guys, Uche.
They got D-Hop too.
Yeah, I mean they're just finding guys.
They took Uche. They got Uche from us.
They got Uche for a 6th round pick.
They got him.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, man.
That happened yesterday.
Yep.
Oh my goodness!
Wild.
Yo, they're gonna win it again.
Well, I mean, they're doing things that we used to do. I mean, when you look at this Chiefs team, it's like I think of so many times where you see them make a play, or you see a situation, and you go, "Yeah, man, the Chiefs," and you're like, "Yeah, that was us back. That was the Patriots."
Yeah,
they were never out of a game. The Chiefs are never out of a game.
They cracked the code. The Chiefs cracked the code. It's like once you win the title and then you win another one, you kind of crack the code and you kind of understand how to move during the regular season. And then once the playoffs comes, we saw it last year. They turned it up in the playoffs.
Well, now they got guys that want to go and play for them too. So when you're winning, everything's great because people want to come play for you.
Yeah.
Who wants to come play for the Patriots right now?
No one. But like you said, they are us, how we used to be. Look they got a great coach, Andy Reid, and a great quarterback, Patrick Mahomes.
Solid
we had
defense.
Bill Belichick and Tom Brady.
And they got a solid defense.
And good defense.
Yeah. Jameis might have had the biggest moment of the weekend. The Browns upset the Ravens. Jameis Winston. Granted, Jameis Winston almost he threw.
And that's why I would go with Tomlin.
Because of this game?
Yep.
Did you see so the Ravens didn't help themselves, especially their defensive backs. They had 3 or 4 chances.
A lot of miscommunication.
Yeah, a lot of miscommunications, a lot of drop passes, offensive receivers too, a lot of drop passes. Yeah. And this is one of those games you can't lose games like this.
No. That's what I mean.
It's gonna be a game that's gonna come back to hurt them. You know what I mean? Whether it's playoff, home field. And that's why that game against Pittsburgh is so big.
And that's what I mean. Pittsburgh's confidence is going to be so high. They're going to look at them and say, "Look, they just lost to Cleveland last week. We're 6-2, and nobody thought we was going to be here. Let's go out here and take care of business." And I think that's what they're going to do. I think they got to show who's number one in the North right now.
Yeah, and also the Ravens coaching. It's like they're the most confusing coaching staff as well. Because you have Derrick Henry back there, and sometimes they just forget they have him back there. And for a guy who I think he's leading the league in rushing right now to only have 11 carries, hey, what are you doing? Like, give that man the ball, right? Give that man the ball. Especially they had the lead especially when you have the lead. But it's those dropped interceptions and
You just
drop
triggered
passes,
me,
man.
Mook. You just triggered me, man.
He's on
That killed my parlay. Yep. That killed my parlay. I had him scoring a
Celebrating
touchdown.
parlays.
Oh, man.
Give him the ball. No, I think like Derrick Henry, you're going to see Derrick Henry used heavily as the season gets a little bit colder. I think that the Ravens aren't gonna shy away from him on when they need him. And the good thing is that he's healthy. You know what I mean? And I think it was just a perfect match. I'm putting the Ravens to go to the Super Bowl. That's me. I think Ravens are going to be that team. I think it is going to be the year.
I don't disagree with you at all.
I think it is the year that they get over the top, and I want to see Lamar, and I want to see Derek. I want to see him get a ring.
It's one of those things. If not this year, then when?
Yeah.
I think Pittsburgh's going to win the game, but I'm with you. I think Baltimore is going to be the Super Bowl representative. I picked that before the season started.
Yeah. I want to see him get a ring.
You
That's a little
bet
part,
on that?
Yeah, of course. I already got my Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Yep. 49ers is on the other end.
Well, the Detroit Lions are making their case that they might represent the NFC in the Super Bowl this year. The way they're playing right now,
I have Jared Goff as an MVP.
He's in the car. I can't disagree with that.
Yeah,
Jared Goff is playing really good football. The Lions are playing really good football. They just put up 52 points. I mean, this is 4 games in a row where they've gone over 30 points.
They throwing running back, halfback passes.
Oh,
they
yeah.
was having a blast with these guys.
This
Special
is Khalif
teams.
Raymond right here, right?
Khalif Raymond,
Out of
Holy Cross,
baby.
Yes.
Holy Cross product. Other Holy Cross product, Jalen Coker, he caught his first NFL touchdown, I believe, over the weekend. So,
Hey, so do you know how many people in the history of the NFL have returned a punt for a touchdown and actually caught one for a touchdown before?
In the same game?
Khalif Raymond. Yeah, Khalif Raymond did. Anybody else who did that?
In the same game?
In the same game.
Desmond Howard?
Nobody.
I was going to say, wow.
I was about to say Dion, but
He broke the record. No one has ever returned a punt for a touchdown.
And then caught one.
Oh,
wow. I'm shocked.
Wow.
There's some great guys out like Hester. Hester played a little receiver, too.
Devin Hester, that's exactly.
Dion.
They mentioned him. They said Devin Hester had done that. They figured it would be Devin, but no. He was the first one to do it.
Yeah, I would have thought Dion would be the first. But speaking of Jared Goff, I mean, this is a game where he only threw 85 yards, but once again, efficient, 12 to 15, but they
had 52 points.
They had 52 points. Yeah.
They were running on them all day.
Yeah. Big runs. Tennessee's an unserious team.
And they got 2 monster running backs.
Yeah.
Detroit.
Thunder and Lightning.
Man.
They got Thunder and Lightning, Montgomery and Gibbs.
I like them, too. That's another sleeper.
Yeah. Tennessee's reeling now. The Patriots go down there this weekend. Yeah.
We'll see. Well, we'll see. But yeah, Detroit, Jared Goff, those guys, they are playing really good right now. At the Colts, Anthony Richardson, this is, we were talking about this earlier. So Anthony Richardson tapped out of the game, took himself out of the game for a play because sometimes this is when media training comes into play because sometimes you don't need to tell them everything. You could lie a little bit. You can't just go up there and tell them you're tired.
He said that?
Yeah, he said that.
I didn't know he said that.
Yeah, you can't just say that.
He's wilding.
Yeah, they're benching him.
He's wilding, boo.
Yeah, he's good. He's being benched. Joe Flacco will get the start this weekend, but you can't say that.
Yo.
You can't say that. Just say make up like you felt like you hurt something, your shoulder or something, or just fake an injury, but you can't say that.
I'm glad they're benching him.
Especially when you're a quarterback.
I mean, Joe Flacco's playing better.
Yeah, Flacco's a better quarterback.
You know what I mean?
The dude's young.
Yeah, we were talking about Anthony Richardson earlier. Like these coaches nowadays, they come in, or even the situation here, they've drafted Anthony Richardson, but they're close. They're if you look at the AFC South, if you look at that, it's up for grabs. You know what I mean? They can make the playoffs, and right now they need a guy that can lead them.
Yeah,
and Joe Flacco, for the last few years, it's like a resurgence, like unheard of, like what he's done. And right now, got to go with Joe. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah. I wanted them to go with Joe last week.
Yeah.
I did.
So you know what they should have. They knew the thing is when they drafted him, they knew he was going to be a project. They knew that they had a lot of work to do with him. And when you do that, just don't don't throw him in the fire right away, because that'll ruin his career. Because you throwing him in there, he's not ready. Great, you got to play, but it's all right to sit these young guys down, have them wash, and maybe
it's the money they gave them.
Yeah, it's the money too. But depending on like how the season is going, throw them in there late in the season when you got nothing to play for, or if you're not in the playoff race, throw them in there to like the last couple games of the season, son, and then let them learn. Should have done that,
especially when you got a Flacco.
Yeah, I mean, there's two good examples right now in the league: Patrick Mahomes and Jordan Love. Patrick Mahomes, he sat for pretty much his rookie year. He sat until the last game of the season. He started the last game of the season just to get his feet wet, and then he's taken off. Jordan Love, he sat for 3 or 4 years, I believe, and now he's taken off himself. It's all right to sit them. They want to rush it. I mean, Brady's been saying it all off season how the quarterback play is terrible because these guys aren't being developed properly.
Yeah, I think it has to do with the whole college mindset. Because like colleges got quarterbacks will transfer, so they transfer to find a place to start, and then they want to take that same mindset to the pro level, and it just isn't happening. It's like you have to take time to develop, and but the money being spent. Think about what went on here.
Right.
They wanted May to start from day one. He would have been running for his life. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, he got knocked out last week. But imagine if he started, week one. Would he even be able to play?
No, I don't think he would. I think they did the right thing with him. Gave him 4 games to see what we can do. Throw him in there. I don't think they should put him back in. After what I saw from Kobe, maybe another 3 or 4 games.
Be interesting to see this week.
They're gonna throw him back in there.
I wouldn't.
Well,
for what?
Depends if he clears the protocol.
Yeah, I would hope honestly for this week they don't let him play. They don't clear him. I mean, I'd like to see Jacoby.
Well, these concussion protocols or whatever. It's they really go through the protocols. So
it's funny. I took the concussion course last night for coaching. It's funny. It's a long hour. Yeah, I think the NFL takes it serious. Because
they have to, man.
Of the deaths and stuff like that, the movies that came out.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if a guy gets a concussion on Sunday,
should he be playing the next Sunday?
He shouldn't even play the next game.
Yeah, that's what I asked. I get you what you're saying.
He shouldn't play the next game.
Yeah, he shouldn't be.
Protocols a week, though.
I know, but just shouldn't be playing. And then there'll be guys that get concussion on Sunday, and there's a Thursday night game, and you see them, they're trying them out on the Thursday night.
That was Tua.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Yeah. Maybe they should have they should have some rule like if you get a concussion, you gotta sit out a game or something. I
agree.
Yeah. Lastly, Thursday Night Football, Vikings and Rams. There was a lot of complaining about officiating in this game. There was a face mask, a blatant face mask that they missed. There was a hold that they missed. It was just this game. I didn't watch it, but I was keeping up on Twitter, and it was just complaining about the referees and the lack of calls that was going on. But this face mask right there,
that was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how you could miss a face mask like that. I think it was
quick because it looked like he ripped the, he kind of caught the jersey area here. As I'm grabbing the mic, sorry about that. But it's kind of like, I think, but if you look at it slower, and I think sometimes, like there should be at the NFL, they should have like in some of these leagues where they have somebody in a central area, call down and say, hey, he grabbed his mask.
Yeah, you need to look at that.
That's an automatic. You know what I mean.
I also think they should go in late game situations like that. They should go off of if the play is reacting like that, they should at least look at it. At least take a look at it.
Yeah, like what's the point of having instant replay if you're not going to utilize it?
But under the rules, could you even call a face mask even if you looked at it?
Well, that's currently right now, but that's kind of why I like the idea of that central location where they kind of call in on certain situations. Like I know in certain leagues and even in like college, certain conferences, I think they just call right in and go, no, that was a penalty. You missed it.
Yeah, even I've seen when they've been challenges and then they're like, this happened, but this happened too. So they was like, so they could do that. There's a lot of things they could do, but utilize the instant replay. Like just utilize it because they have it and they don't utilize it properly. There's a lot of times they miss calls and that you're just like, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that late in the game. Under 2 minutes, if you're going to look at out of bounds and stuff like that, you should look at those penalties too.
Or determine what's a catch and what's not a catch. Look at the penalties as well. But the Rams got the victory. They needed it. Vikings dropped their second game in a row, but I still like the Vikings. They're playing really good. I think they'll be a tough out in the playoffs, but
I think they need more people.
Hey, did they get the blueprint on Brian? Their defensive coordinator, you know what I mean?
Flores.
Yeah, Flores. The people that, you know, because he was kind of, now these offenses, that's all it takes is one team to have success.
Right.
You know, and then now it's like, okay.
Yeah, spread them out.
It's a copycat league, right? Is that what they say?
Yeah, spread them out.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to Athletes Corner. We got my guys from Lynn English, Jaiden and Shane. English has a bye this week. They've already played all their games, so they just played the wait-and-see game right now. We'll talk about that later, but check this out, and then we're going to come back. Welcome to another edition of Athletes Corner, and today we got Lynn English Bulldogs in the building, Jaiden and Shane. You guys need a haircut.
Yeah, a little bit.
What's up, fellas? Welcome to the studio.
What up?
How y'all doing?
Chilling.
Yeah, coming off a big win on senior night, man. It flies by fast, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, just talk about that. I mean, this is the last goal for you, and it was like senior, like the season started, and like you blink your eyes and we're already at senior night.
Yeah, I didn't. The season it just went like that. Like it was just too fast. And then senior night comes. I think I played a good game. I think we all played a good game. Good crowd. My family was there, so it was just overall like a good game, good time.
Yeah, it was like how many seniors was it? Like 11 or something?
Yeah, there was a lot of seniors.
Yeah,
I didn't think there was that much. I was the last one out of everybody.
Right,
too.
and including the cheerleaders as well too.
Yeah, and the band.
Yeah,
so I was like, dang, bro.
Yeah, I should have.
It was cool.
No, I should have stayed at that one instead of where I had to go.
Yeah.
Nah, they sent me to a game that was. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. You guys have a bye this week, but 6-2 on the season. A lot of changes for you guys. I know you guys been through a lot of changes just being on the football teams each year. I mean, as far as coaching changes, players transferring and stuff. Just how's that been for the both of you guys? Just every change, like each year, you weren't sure who's gonna be back.
Yeah.
For me, I think it was quite a start to my high school football career with all the changes and all the transfers, but I think down the long road it's really shaped us up to the type of team we are now, and I think it's been good for us overall. It's shown a lot of guys to step up and giving guys a chance to prove that they could play at the varsity level, and if guys would have stayed, then maybe we never would have known.
Right.
So, yeah.
And it seems like every time there's a change, it's like you got to prove yourself again, right? Do you guys get the sense of that? It's like, all right, got to prove ourselves to another coach, and we got to prove ourselves again to different coaches.
Yeah, I kind of, because when I first came, it was my freshman year, so I'm like, all right, I got to show this coach that I'm all right, because next year the senior quarterback's not going to be here, but then he leaves, and it's a new coach, so I'm like, all right. Now I got him, but I also got people gunning for the same spot, so it's now like I got to really show out.
Right.
Same thing the year after that, but it was the same coach, but kind of just like different teammates because people were transferring and stuff like that. And then Coach Mac this year just gotta just put myself out there.
Yeah, how was it? Because once he got the job, it was like he hit the ground running. Coach Mack I'm talking about, it was like as soon as they made that announcement and they informed you guys, and then once he started coming into the school, coming to the building, it seemed like it was right away. It was just like, all right, let's get this show on the road. We got to catch up because we're already behind.
Yeah.
Is that how it felt?
Yeah, I mean, we all knew, not just him, but we all knew there's a lot of work that needed to be done, and we were all just on the same page from day one, and we all stuck together, and we all worked hard together, and we all just did everything together, and then,
For you guys, I mean, everybody knew the talent the team had these last several years, but was it for you guys just refreshing that you guys could actually just now showcase what you guys kind of weren't able to showcase before? And especially for you.
Yeah.
My first 2 years, it was. I don't think our record really reflected just how good we really were in this year. with us being able to, a new coaching staff and just a new chance to like show who we are, I think it's been good. And we've enjoyed it a lot, mainly just all the success.
Right, especially the skill guys, you, Zim, LT, both Jordans. I mean, Jordan M, hell of a year he's having on the defensive side of the ball. Can you guys talk about him for a second? Just in the secondary, he's been making a lot of plays this year. I think he's up to like 5 interceptions or something on the season. But how did you guys see that from him? Just how much of a ball hawk he could be, or is that just something him growing and understanding the position a lot better?
I think for me, being on defense with him since my freshman year, it's like he's shown every year his skills in the air, and I think since freshman year, he's been playing varsity, so he's been this good. And this year, it's just he's had the good chance of showing just how good he really is. Right. And so, I think he really he's irreplaceable to our defense, and he's a big part of it. And we wouldn't have seen as much success as we had this year without him. So, yeah. Yeah.
6-2 on the season, as I said before. But you guys started off with the bang out there in Lawrence. You guys, I think it was like a first or second play of the game. You two connected on a deep touchdown pass. Got a few of those this year. That seemed like an emotional game for a lot of folks, not for the players, but for the fans, for the parents and all the fans that were there. They seemed a lot more. I know you guys were excited to get Coach Mack his first win, but it seemed like the fans that were there, they were more excited than you guys for it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like at first, like I was just like, it's a away game. It's kind of far. I don't expect people to show up. But then, like, I take one look in the stands, and there's just there's just mad people in there, and I'm just like, dang, like this is good. And they just like every week, they're just coming and supporting us and stuff like that. So, it's good that they're kind of emotional about it.
And we are back on the World Series update. The Yankees avoided the sweep last night. Their bats woke up 11-4. They won. Yankees fans being crazy, grabbing Mookie Betts' arm.
Okay, tell me about that.
And then getting an interview by ESPN after. Like, why are you interviewing this person? That's like arrestable. That's like an arrest right there.
Well, they were automatically kicked out.
They should be banned.
But they took the
He
ball.
had the ball too, right?
Take the ball out of his hand.
He was trying to take the ball out of his hand. One was grabbing his hand, and it's like, bro, that's what if he messed up his wrist or something? What if he got hurt?
That's beyond fan. Fan interference was put in play because of you're reaching in, the guy can make the catch. That was like he made the catch, and they were in, and people are cheering that. I don't know what else to say. I'm a Boston fan. New York, and Mookie, New York. Keep it classy.
Now imagine if he had a crazy teammate that just ran up there and punched the two of them dudes. Like,
I know. I know they were kind of. It was
leaning towards that. I would have been mad if someone from the Dodgers smacked one of them dudes because you don't do that.
Nah, you don't grab the player.
Yeah. So it's I still think this series is over.
You think it's done?
I think it's
done tonight.
Yeah.
Done tonight?
Either tonight or whenever they get back in LA. But their bats finally woke up in this game, but they look bleak in this game.
Who's pitching for the Yankees?
No idea.
I'll tell you if they're gonna win or not.
Let's see.
If it ain't cold, they're not winning.
Yeah.
Jericho.
They might win.
They might win. No, hey, they don't want to go. They don't want to go gently in that good night. So they're gonna try to win in New York at least. But hey, all you got to do is what did they say? Oh, hey, don't let us get one. Did they repeat what?
They can't do what we
ever
do,
gonna?
They can't do what
It's too hard. It's too hard. It's too hard.
We did it on them.
Yeah, it's just too hard.
Would be kind of interesting, right? Imagine that.
It would be, but this series is done.
You can't celebrate. You can't talk about that. That's New York.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even know. You see my face? I'm like, the whole time you're talking, my whole face is like.
That's why I was hoping they got swept.
New York ain't built like that.
I was hoping they got swept. We talked a little about the NFL trade deadline. I mean, Uche, as you guys said, he's on the Chiefs.
Yeah,
Hopkins He got
On the
traded
Chiefs.
To the Chiefs. I don't know what other moves were.
Hey,
made
what's
this
the
year.
NFL doing? Hey, how about we just like give the Chiefs every good player and let them have an easy path in the AFC? Like, I mean, I'm not saying like collusion here, but like, how about you guys like think about this? Everybody's giving the Chiefs these pretty dudes, and
We need to put one of those moves like the NBA did with Chris Paul. Nah, it ain't happening.
come on, man,
It
you know
ain't
what I mean?
happening.
Make
It's like,
the call.
God.
The Ravens got wide receiver Deontay Johnson from the Panthers. I mean, he's probably
He must be so happy.
Yeah, he's happy.
Oh my God, that's like.
You said the Ravens?
Yeah, leaving that dumpster fire. And then the Vikings, they got a left tackle, Cam Robinson. They traded with the Jaguars for him. So some teams have made some moves before the trade deadline.
Yeah, that deadline is next week, right? The 5th?
So it's coming up. It's coming up.
Yeah.
There's a couple more moves that could be made, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Patriots gonna make any more moves, you think?
Nah, I doubt it. If anything, try to make a move.
Get alignment.
Yeah.
Get somebody to protect May,
Yeah,
man.
get
Because
a
I like
tackle.
May. I like him.
Get a tackle.
He looks good, man. May looks
Get some
good.
tackles. Or because you already
A tackle that can bend, that can move.
start looking in the draft, because they might get the number 1 pick, and Travis Hunter
Yeah.
he's one of those guys.
You can't pass up on
Yeah,
him.
he's one
I
of
don't
those
care.
guys. You got other needs, but you just can't pass on a generational talent like that.
And May's
So,
gonna be like, what do you say? Yeah, get that guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
You mean people are gonna start? You mean people are gonna start tanking for Hunter? The tank
They
for
should have
Hunter is
already
on?
been doing that. They should have already been doing
Yeah,
that.
he's like Tyreek Hill 2.0.
Yeah.
Will you pay him? Well, and that's going to be the interesting thing. Is it going to be kind of an Otani kind of thing? Like, will you be paid? Will you be paid as an offensive and
Give-
defensive player?
give-
Because he's unprecedented.
Give
I
him
don't
whatever
think he's
he
gonna
wants.
play both ways in the NFL.
Probably not. He might. He'll not. As
Not
a,
all the time, but I
he'll
think
be,
he
he'll
might
be
get
on
some
the field
plays.
a lot.
Like I think like specialty plays on defense. I think you know what I mean.
know. I mean, I think
maybe the
that he's-
nickel something.
I mean, I think this whole thing has been built by Prime. Prime has basically told him, "Hey, look, we're going to build you up, and we're going to make it so that you can play both positions, and you can sell yourself as the Otani of football."
I don't know.
Amen.
Imagine.
Travis Hunter.
So
Patriots, if you want to, lose Sunday, Travis Hunter, I'm okay. Nah.
Who has the worst record? Who has the worst record
I
than
think
us
it's
right now?
1-7 against 2. 1-7 against 2 and what are we 2 and
2 and 6.
2 and 6? Yeah.
Who's 1-7?
Titans.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think the Panthers and Titans might have those.
Yeah. No, there's only a few.
Panthers got 1 and 7.
Yeah,
Titans are
there's
1
a couple
and
one-
Titans actually are 1 and 6.
It's not in the Patriots' DNA to tank though.
Yeah.
It's just not Kraft.
I mean,
I can't see him doing that.
Yeah, nah. NBA, little NBA update. As I said earlier, the Celtics starting. They're 4-0 right now. They got Indiana tonight. They had the
Repeat.
Bucks on Monday with the Tony Brothers games with the horrible officiating. Then against Detroit, they showed the championship DNA in that game. But they played this good start to the season for them.
I mean, I got to tell you right now, Peyton Pritchard,
Oh, what a
Give him the-
game!
give him the 6-man.
What a game!
give him the 6-man award now because I think he might be.
He went
I think,
crazy.
I mean, they're going to use him like
I love
this.
Pritchard.
If they use him all year like this, you just give it to
6 man of the year for sure. Oh yeah.
Give it to him because
like the Crawford. He's the new
he
Jamal
is.
Crawford.
And I think that's what they've been kind of leaning. They've been saying, and he's ready to go. Like literally coming off the bench, he'll
Right, and you can see he's more comfortable this year too. He's so comfortable like with the ball and making plays. He's not all about just shooting the ball.
Yeah.
He's facilitating while he's out there.
He's comfortable. He's definitely comfortable in his role right now at this point in the
See him
season.
with the kids when he was playing at the park down the road from
that-
that was pretty cool.
That's what he
Kids don't
does,
remember that.
man. He goes to Portland and drops 70 in the summer.
Right,
These
right.
guys.
Yeah, so the Celtics, their next 4 games, they got the Pacers tonight. They're on the road. Then they got two back to back against the Hornets down there in Charlotte. Atlanta on the 4th.
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt. Is that part of the tournament? Those
No,
back-to-back games.
no. The tournament.
I believe that starts in
the
a week or
12th.
so, yeah.
The 12th. It starts the
Sorry, I didn't
12th.
mean to
Yeah,
interrupt
the
you.
end season starts the 12th.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're on the road right now for 4 games.
What do you think of that back
And
to
then they go
back?
back to.
What do
Then
you
they
think
got
of
the
those?
wins.
Yeah. What do you think of those back-to-back games?
Staying there and just playing
Yeah,
them.
they play. That's what they do now.
Yeah.
The NBA wants to.
Yeah,
see,
no,
is that-
I
is
guess
that a-
I like
those are
it.
fine.
I like it.
It's a lot better than playing one game than going to another city and then.
I mean,
Right.
for the players, I
it's
think
a
that
lot
was
better.
that was a
Yeah.
stipulation they must have made. Hey, look, let's try to get a couple.
Yeah, I
games while we're here.
think, and I think one thing they try to do is try to get rid of the back-to-backs earlier in the season. They try to get them done earlier in the season as opposed to later. Which I don't mind.
I like that back-to-back city, stay in the city.
Those back-to-back cities. It depends on what city, though.
Right, true.
Charlotte.
If it's Atlanta,
Hey man, Charlotte's not the best city. Charlotte's not a bad city to
If
have a
it's Miami?
back-to-back.
no.
I'm telling you, Charlotte's an underrated city. It's not a bad city for a
Charlotte,
back-to-back.
Yeah, Charlotte's nice.
No.
Yeah, Charlotte's
But you don't want
nice.
to be in
I would
Minnesota.
No, I actually would prefer to be in Minnesota for a back-to-back.
Oh, yeah?
in Salt Lake.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be
Salt Lake.
like, let's say when Vegas has a team, I wouldn't want to be
Oh,
a back-to-back in Vegas.
You wouldn't want that?
Nah, cause that second game, yeah, one of those games, players gonna be like, yeah, we had a little too much fun.
That's
last
where those
night.
IV treatment companies come in.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Listen,
but yeah.
As a player, I want those cities.
You watched a little bit of the fight, right?
Yeah.
With Sheedy? Can you tell us what happened in that one?
Oh man, Sheedy. Early, he showed his dominance. Ended up with a TKO victory. Showed Lynn's is one of Lynn's finest. But it was, to me, I think Sheedy needs to be on a bigger platform, and I tell him that too. Every time I see him, like I'll run into him in the supermarket sometimes, and like one time I stopped him in the supermarket, and then I stopped people, and I'm like, "Do you know who this guy is?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "It's one of the best boxers in the world right here, and he's from your city, so we got to represent him." But yeah, we got to get him on a higher platform, and a lot of boxers don't want to fight him, believe it or not, because he's high risk, low reward.
Really? So right now his management team, and that's the thing. Like I mean, I grew up in Lowell, and where Mickey Ward was from, and know Mickey's and some of his people a lot, and that story was really rang true. Like he would go out and fight, maybe too much, early on, but he would fight whoever they threw at him, and sometimes that's not the right move. The right move is to pick and choose your fights and find the right fight to elevate you. And I think right now, especially with the whole MMA and boxing, like that's got to be even more key now, is finding those right fights to elevate you.
And I think you hinted on it. You said management team, and that's a huge part of what's going on in boxing right now. It's not even. It's a different game than it was in the '90s and 2000s boxing. The boxing game. It's always been a corrupt sport. Always. I mean, that goes back to Jack Johnson. But it's still corrupt. But for Sheedy, like I said, I think it's the platform. He's a great fighter. He only has one loss, and that's to Villa, who lost to Ennis. Sheedy, and the thing about Sheedy calls out all these guys. He's calling out Ennis. He's calling out everybody at 147. Nobody wants to fight him. And then the reason why they're saying, Sheedy, this and that, he doesn't bring much to the table. The reason why is nobody's giving him a chance. So that's why he's doing the butcher fights, and he's doing all these, what they would call lower circuit things.
It's a grind.
Somebody signed Sheedy.
Hopefully he finds that opportunity.
He's a diamond in the rough. Trust me when I tell you. Sign Rashidi Ellis.
Hey man. But he got the dubs. That's the most important thing. He got the dub. So hopefully the next fight that's local, be able to go.
Yeah.
If he has another local fight.
I want to go see Sheedy in Vegas or Atlantic City or Foxwoods. See, this is what I'm saying. I don't want him local. I want us to go travel and see Sheedy. Like, yo, Mook, let's go get on the plane. He's in Vegas this week. He's fighting. I see that.
Do
for
like
him.
a top rank.
Yes.
Top rank.
I see that. He was with Top Rank for a second. He was with Top Rank. I think he needs to go with someone like Eddie Hearn. If he goes with Eddie Hearn, the Turkey guy, I think they'll do right with Sheedy. So I think, Sheedy, if you're listening, that just came to me. You need to reach out to them guys.
Call him and tell him that.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying.
When is this air?
This will air tonight, hopefully.
Okay. Well, he calling us might be me a little quick.
Yeah, I'll shoot you a message, bro. Reach out to Turkey. I'm sure he already has, though, and that's what he's gonna say. I already did that.
It's time for some interviews. Check out all these interviews and highlights from last week's games, and we're gonna come back and wrap this thing up.
Yeah, man. Yo.
Coach, coming into this game, everyone knows how big this game was between the two teams. Both teams were undefeated. You guys started off on defense, and I think your defense set the tone early by getting that first stop, and your ground game has really made it difficult for them to stop. Just, how did you like the performance today on senior night?
Oh, I mean, it couldn't have worked out better for us. I thought our kids played their hearts out. They're really a tough group. I mean, they were really excited about the challenge of going against a really good football team. That Burlington team is outstanding. They have great athletes everywhere. They got a big line. I'm really proud of what our kids were able to do. But you're correct. That first stop on defense was huge. Both of us were going to take the ball if we won the toss. They won the toss and took the ball. So obviously we were very concerned because this is not a team that you want to fall behind against.
Another big key play in this game, or key possession, I should say. You guys scored. They came down. It was 28-7. They came down. They scored to cut it to 28-14. It seemed like they got a little bit of momentum. And then once again, Sean, who had an outstanding night, breaks off that 60-yard run. And I felt like that was the backbreaker.
Well, what they were doing when that was off crisscross action, so it's a double handoff action, and we normally run that play up inside. So we call the crisscross reverse, and they kind of sucked in a little bit, and then once Kilty gets the edge, he's gone. And I mean, he's been a phenomenal back for us this year, as they all have.
All right, Coach. This was first half was offensively was slow, but it was a very physical first half for both teams. What adjustments did you guys make in the second half to kind of get your offense going?
Sure. I mean, we talked about it at the halftime. That's a great opponent. Weymouth is really well coached. They have some awesome athletes, and so we talked about kind of taking things down a little bit. We were fired up. Both teams are fired up at the beginning, which made for a physical first half, but there were some sloppy mistakes we needed to clean up. So we kind of calmed down a little bit, focused on what we needed to do on the next play, and that ended up yielding some good results in the second half.
What can you say about your defense? They only gave up 3 points. They had a drive going. They held them to just a field goal on that. I think there was another drive. They had momentum, and then you guys forced the fumble. Yeah, they had a big play and then forced the fumble to stop that. I mean, how proud are you of your defense tonight?
I love these guys. Our defense coordinator, Tony DiCicco, does a great job putting them in positions. But tonight, we didn't really even call anything exotic, and these kids just stepped up. They are super tough, not only mentally, but physically, and they're the types of guys that no matter what the challenge is, we just say lay it down, right? It doesn't matter if they're defending 1 yard or 100, they're ready for it, and they showed that this evening. They are unbelievable players.
And during any sports season, there's always checkoffs that you want to accomplish as a team. You guys are undefeated right now, still undefeated, conference champs. Yep. Conference champs, and then now it's off. You guys got a couple more weeks until the playoffs start to check off a couple more goals. What have you seen from your team from camp until this point that you really like the growth of it?
I think what I love the most is that the players have talked about, hey, we want to be better than last year where we had the best record in my history at 10-2. The players have talked about, hey, we want to get past the Final Four. But as a program, we're really just focused on the next moment. However boring that might seem, it's been awesome to see their focus from play to play, day to day, and that's the type of thing that will yield the types of results that we're looking for. So instead of going through and saying, hey, we're going to win this championship, we're going to win this, we're going to win that, our focus has really been, what can we do today to get better? And these guys have taken on that challenge every single day.
All right, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Sean, man, senior night, matchup of undefeated teams. This is pretty much to be first place in the league. How were you guys able to slow down their offense?
First and foremost, just our physicality We are such a tough and physical team on defense. We know to not be scared, not be soft. We come out firing right out the gate, whether we're on offense or defense. We are a tough team. We like to tackle, we like to hit, we like to make the other team hurt. And we did that tonight. Our first defensive drive, we played really good football and just shut them down from the beginning. And that's what gave us the momentum to begin with. Our defense is strong. We're good all around. We got players all over the place. And we just all work together. Everyone running to the ball, making good plays, being tough. And that's our goal, be the toughest team on the field.
192 yards on the ground. You and Logan both had big days on the ground. I mean, for you, they got that touchdown to cut it to 28-14, I believe. And then you guys there was a lot of time left before the half, and then you guys responded right back with that 60-yard touchdown run. How big was that, just to slow down whatever type of momentum they thought they had?
Oh, it was great. We knew the second they scored that touchdown, they left us way too much time. We knew right away. We were saying it coming off the field. We weren't hanging our heads. We weren't upset. All we thought about was they left us way too much time. We knew we were going to go down and score. That was our mission, and we executed it. It was great.
All right, you guys, a couple weeks left in the regular season. I mean, you guys are getting yourself in good position for the postseason. I know you guys were there at Gillette a few years ago, trying to get back there. I mean, what's it going to take for you guys to finish off the regular season strong, so you can have that strong playoff push?
Just keep doing what we're doing. Keep up the hard work, the toughness, the grit, the dirty yards, everything. If we keep doing what we're doing and execute it great and get better week by week, we will be back at Gillette and get it finished this time.
All right, man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right, fellas. First half, it was kind of slow offensively, only putting up 7 points. What changed in the second half?
I think we came out in the second half just all fired up. We realized that we could be playing so much better, and we really took it to them.
And you was running hard today, a lot of physical runs. What did you feel like those runs did to their defense?
Yeah, I mean, O-line was really just beating them down, and I just had to read the holes from there. And I think just play after play, O-line playing physical, me running hard, I feel like that's really what wore them down at the end of the game.
All right, you guys still undefeated on the season, conference champs. How good are you guys feeling right now, as you know, this playoffs is just a couple, 2 weeks away?
It feels great. It's really an awesome feeling. I mean, we know we were capable of this, and yeah, we came out and played.
Yeah.
Last year, you guys made a deep run, ran into the eventual state champions. What did you guys learn from that run last year that you guys feel like you came into the season, when that moment comes, you'll be ready for it?
I think the main thing we learned is that we can just play with anyone, and just because we're a public school doesn't mean that they're better than us. We got so many guys here that can all play so hard, and yeah, we're ready.
All right.
Yeah, I say we just last year a lot of close games, a lot of big games. I feel like that experience really, it's unmatched. Like you can talk about playing in big games, but really just being in those big games and all those big moments we were in, I think that was definitely going to help us down the long run this year.
All right, fellas, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Makai, man, 244 yards on the ground. I mean, what was working for you today? It seemed like you came out with a purpose today.
Like, again, I got to thank the offensive line, and we lost last year, so there was big motivation in that, and they were ranked #1, so we just had to prove ourselves.
Defense put the shot out, first 4 turnovers. What can you say about those guys?
Our defense, they worked very hard. We had a little ups and downs in the first few weeks, but they picked it up this year. It's a big game. They picked it up this game, and they picked up at the right time. So
yeah, coming down. You guys got one more game until playoffs start. These past few weeks, it seems like the offense has really gotten into the groove. What can you say about the growth that you guys have shown the last couple of weeks?
Well, we practice really hard and practice, so we're just bringing it all out, using our intensity and pushing.
All right, man. How do you feel? Get another win over those guys to close out your season.
It feels great. It feels great. They're a good team, but it's a rivalry when we play them. So.
All right, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jackson, man. The defense forced 4 turnovers today.
Yes, sir.
It's the first shutout.
Yes, sir.
Second shutout.
I think it might be the first one. I'm not sure. Yeah. No, they scored on us. They said at one point. Yeah.
First shutout of the season. What was working defensively?
We just played physical. We knew that we had to get them physical, and that's what we did. We know that's what they said last year. You know, you really find out who wins in the trenches, and we did today. D-line played good, linebacker, safeties. Yes, sir.
Liam Perron got his first.
Yes, sir. Where's my little Liam at?
Down. I mean, he read that play.
Yeah.
Can you walk me who that played with you from your perspective, what you saw?
I actually seen number 5, he just pushed me vertical. And I seen Liam get the pick and start celebrating. And I was happy for the bro, yes sir.
Yeah, you know, this is like the last time I talked to you guys said you guys are getting into that mode. You guys got one more game before the playoffs start. Just offensively and defensively, what do you like as you guys getting ready for postseason play?
I just like how disciplined we are. We're physical, we're disciplined, we know what we have to do, and I just feel like we execute every day. Everything starts with just practice. It starts right there. It starts right there at the DC right there. Best DC in Mass right there, coach. But yeah, yes sir, that's really it.
All right, man. This is the Malden Catholic next weekend, and then you guys find out where you go for the playoffs. Just like ready for this time of the year.
Yes sir. You know, we just gonna have to just stay healthy. Stay healthy, probably the biggest thing. You know, get treatment, get everything, but stay healthy, play physical, and yes sir, that's it.
All right, man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
it's time for the top 10 plays from week 7 of the high school football season. At number 10, it is Everett wide receiver Yariel Ortiz, who catches the first of his 3 touchdown passes against Lynn Classical. At number 9, it is Burlington quarterback Anthony Guerrero, who finds Ryan Brooks down the sideline, and Brooks will dive into the end zone for a Red Devils touchdown. At number 8, it is Kip Academy running back Anak Omatosho, who takes the carry, goes untouched up the middle, and he finds his way 53 yards to the end zone for a Panthers touchdown against Neshoba. At number 7, it is Stoneham running back Sean Kilty, who had quite the day against Burlington. This was one of 5 touchdowns. This one goes 51 yards to the house. At number 6, we go back to Manning Field, and on senior night, Lynn English quarterback Jaiden Rosario threw 4 touchdown passes. Here goes one of them to Limber Thomas, who makes a guy miss. Then he carries 2 defenders into the end zone. Bulldogs would win this one. At number 5, once again, it's Everett. This time it's running back Carlos Rogers, who takes the handoff. He hits the corner, cuts back, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. Then he's just off to the end zone for a Crimson touchdown in their win over Lynn Classical. At number 4, it is Brent Bickford, who catches the pass over 2 defenders for a Needham touchdown as they defeat Weymouth 21-3. Number 3, we go back to Woburn, and once again, it is Stoneham running back Sean Kilty, who takes the handoff, and he finds the seam, and he's off to the races, 60 yards to the house. Woburn wins this one. At number 2, it is Catholic Memorial freshman linebacker Liam Conlon, who picks off St. John's Prep freshman quarterback Chris Vargas and then takes it to the house for a Knights touchdown. The Knights win this one in dominating fashion. At number 1, once again, it's Everett with a little trickeration. Carlos Rogers takes the handoff, but then it turns into a halfback pass to Yariel Ortiz, who goes 70 yards to the house for a Crimson touchdown.
Going through there.
I know all of them cats.
We are back. All right. Before we get out of here, we got updates on the players of the week in Lynn. So every team but English has played 7 weeks. English has been on 8 weeks. They've had their 8 games. So we got a few guys that have been there multiple times, but these are the guys.
That's my I love Rome.
Yeah, these guys.
Okay, Ro.
They've all been having a good season.
Against Kip too, huh?
Yeah, man. So those are our players of the week.
Brown, hold that up there real quick, Paige. Give me one more second.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to all these guys, all these Lynn guys. Good job, fellas.
Yeah, the rankings, the updated rankings are up right now. St. Mary's, they're like in the top 5 in Division 6. Kip and Tech. Tech is, I think, 12, or they moved up a spot. So there's a possibility Kip and Tech might play each other in the playoffs.
Like a 5-12 match.
And so it's Thanksgiving too, though.
Yeah, but there's a possibility they might meet in the first round if things line up. We're going to find out this Sunday. So the pairings come out this Sunday. English
I
right
tell
now.
you this, if that happens, so what do they play? They play the playoff before the Thanksgiving game, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. It'll be at Manning.
Both of those games will be vicious.
Yeah.
They're going to be really good games.
The
James,
pairings, like I said, the pairings come out Sunday. So English right now, they're 16. So if they'd play Reading, if playoffs were to start. But they're kind of on the wait and see thing since they played their entire schedule already. So they're on the out. They got to wait till Sunday. So.
Who's starting quarterback over there?
English? Jaiden Rosario. My boy Jaiden. Yeah, he's having a good year. They're all having a turnaround year for them. It's been a big year. It's been a big turnaround for them, So it'd be big for them if they make the playoffs, given what's been going on over there the last couple of years. So it'd be big for them.
Shout out to Ty McDonald.
Yeah, I was about to say. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Those maroon jerseys that y'all saw English wearing the other day on senior night. Guess who designed them?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate working with Coach McDonald and good guys over there. It was nice seeing those uniforms on senior night.
Yeah, the kids love them.
Shout out to Ty too.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
job
Oh,
this
yeah,
year, buddy.
absolutely.
Turning
Yeah,
that program around.
My God, Ty. Plug in where they can find your stuff, man. Your website, all that good stuff.
I appreciate it. So I'm at on Instagram at Beauregard on Instagram. There I also fundraise. I'm an independent rep with Vertical Raise. I help teams and organizations raise money, and I also work with 5 Count. They're an apparel company out of New Jersey, and so you need anything, reach out to me. Appreciate the time. It was nice talking with you, Steve.
Oh, nice
talking
meeting
with
you,
God, man, I had to get you,
Real Joe.
had to
Nice
get you
meeting
down
you.
here
Good
after
dude.
you had me on Sunday.
Yeah. We're gonna have you back to talk too.
Oh yeah, we'll be back up there.
Oh yeah, I'm on All In Huddle too. I should say that.
okay.
At All In Huddle. At All In Huddle on IG too.
Oh yeah. Make sure you check out. I was on with them on Sunday. I'm gonna post the link on my Instagram story. Well, it's already on there, but you'll see it on Instagram and Facebook.
And I'll be honest, I'm also a hip hop guy. So I also DJ a show on Tuesday nights called Hybrid Theory, where we had, if you like the boom bap, I had Bobby J from Rockaway on my show last night, and I had DJ Myth. That's at Hybrid Theory. But you can find all that at Joe Dub Beauregard.
What you think about Millie's?
He's nice. He's nice. I mean,
That's
he's nice. I mean, there's so much talent in Boston. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where we celebrate. We celebrate that. We bring a lot of local artists in. That's what we do.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to Millie's, man.
Yeah. Y'all be safe tomorrow on Halloween if you're going out in these streets. Make sure Lynn Tech Senior Night on Friday, 4:30. They're gonna have the ceremony. Then they're playing the Neshoba at 5 o'clock. That's actually a big game for both of those teams.
They're both ranked.
Yeah, Neshoba's still undefeated. They scored a big victory over Kip the other day. So make sure you go out there Friday at Manning, support the seniors at Lynn Tech, all that good stuff. All right, so we gotta
Shout out to Lynn Tech. Good luck, fellas.
St. Mary's got a big game too. Bishop Feeheen. That was probably gonna be for the conference. That was for the conference.
Go get them, bro.
Yeah, they're on the road, but if you want to take that drive all the way to Attleboro, wherever Bishop Feeheen is, go ahead. We're out of here. We'll see you guys there. Todd will be back next week.